it's certainly interesting to see Liberal members here at the committee doing victory laps after we've just experienced such a catastrophic travel season. And Minister, far from the opposition or the media conflating the summer and winter travel seasons, it was yourself, it was you, when you brought together industry players in November who declared that you were confident that Canadians could have confidence that there would not be the same issues plaguing the system that we saw in the summer, that the travel chaos had been managed because you held a summit. We've learned from both the airports and the airlines this morning that, in fact, you gave no policy direction at that summit. It appears to have been simply a public relations exercise so that you could say that you were doing something. You indicated that the government should do everything in their power to protect passengers. But we learned today, we asked the question, we asked Vancouver International Airport, the Vancouver Airport Authority, did the minister call you? Has the minister called you since the middle of December? No. We asked the Montreal Airport Authority, did the minister call you since the middle of December? The answer was no. We asked the Toronto Airport Authority, did the minister call you since the middle of December? The answer was no. And most shockingly, the airlines also indicated that, especially Sunwing, said that they had not heard from you directly until January the 5th, which was more than 2 weeks after the catastrophic failure of that airline and people sleeping in hotel lobbies in a foreign country. So you waited until the passengers had been returned to Canada. You waited until the crisis had passed before you even did the basic thing to pick up the phone and contact the entities that had failed Canadians. So accountability starts at the top. And I would argue that you are passing the buck. You have not engaged with the industry directly. You might have left it to your officials. But between Christmas and New Year's, we needed to see action from you. And we didn't see it. We saw in the United States, we saw the U.S. Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, he picked up the phone. He had Southwest Airlines hauled onto the carpet within 24 hours of their failure. And you were nowhere for over 2 weeks. So given that, why did it take you until January the 5th to do your job, to talk to Sunwing Airlines, to demand answers for Canadian travelers?
Mr. Chair and Mr. Strahl, first of all, thank you for highlighting the work that was done during the summer by continuously bringing the airlines and other players in the sector to ensure that we're on the same page and that they understood the government's expectations of them. And in fact, at that summit that was held in November, it was made very clear to participants that we want to do everything in our power to avoid what we saw in the summer. And to a large degree, much of that had been avoided. Again, I won't deny that the extreme weather events have caused significant disruptions, and combined with the rush of the Christmas holiday and bad decisions by operators ended up causing an unfortunate and frustrating delay and frustration by many passengers. Second, I know you're not deliberately trying to mislead Canadians, because I know that the airlines and the airports did clearly say to you that my office had been in regular contact with airports and airlines on a daily basis. I was daily involved and briefed. By the way, the airlines or the airports were not confused about my instructions or my feeling about what was happening, about my expectations. It is not uncommon that it's typically, especially on a daily basis, it's done through my office or done through Transport Canada.
What else were you doing, Minister? What else were you doing?
I've been extremely involved and engaged on a regular basis. Airlines heard from us, maybe not even daily, maybe multiple times a day. So I can assure you. And the U.S., by the way, is set up differently than Canada. That the Department of Transportation in the U.S. is the one that is responsible for enforcing their protections, while in Canada, we set up the Canadian Transportation Agency to be at an arm's length. So there's why there's a difference there. Having said that, I was personally involved on a daily basis, in fact, on an hourly basis, on what was happening. And my instructions, my directions were clearly communicated regularly to airlines and airports.
Thank